Hello folks, today we're going to be talking about iBooks and different accessibility features within iBooks. So let me open up iBooks here and I'm just going to open up a somewhat random book. It's the District 218's one-to-one initiative book. Whoops, I have a little highlight there, so we'll just go to the next page. So what's nice about iBooks is that there's an accessibility feature that will read the iBook aloud to the student. And it's something that needs to be turned on through settings, and I'll show you how to do it. Swipe down with two fingers, your read aloud feature will appear, and then you'll be able to do a bunch of different things with it. So here it is. Let me see if I can pause it. So the turtle is slow it down, the hair is speed it up, I can close it. If this gets in the way, it'll automatically resize to a smaller dot that I can then kind of move around. It'll gray out, and I can move it around to a different spot, things like that. And so if I ever want to change it. Now, something that I'm going to want to do is enable that first off, and I want to play around with a little bit of the settings in there so that it kind of is nice and makes a nice sounding voice, because there are some voices that are better than others. So I'm going to go into my settings, and I'm going to go into General, and I'm going to go into Accessibility. So tap on Accessibility. There we go. Now, this specific feature is called Speech. And I want to make sure that both Speak Selection and Speak Screen are on. One thing I want to make sure I do is I want to change my voice. So I'm going to tap on Voices. Now I have a lot of different options, so this is great if, let's say, the book is not in English. So if you're teaching a foreign language class, you can definitely choose the different language, and that'll give them the correct pronunciations and the correct accents. Whereas if you read it with an English voice, you're going to get a lot of incorrect pronunciations. However, our book is in English, so I'm just going to tap on the English voice. Now, Siri Female and Siri Male in iOS 11 are pretty nice voices in that they've spent a lot of time getting as realistic inflection as possible. All right, so these are still computerized voices. However, it gives proper pausing and inflection, things like that. If you pick anyone else, it's probably honestly not going to be as good. You might get lucky and get a decent one, but Siri Male and Siri Female are kind of the best ones right now. You'll notice that there's some sizes with them. Those are the size files. Generally, the bigger the size, the better the voice. So Siri Female, notice, is almost 500 megabytes. Victoria at the bottom is 1.7. So Victoria is going to be a lot more robotic of a voice, whereas Siri Female is going to be a lot more natural, just because there's more information in there. All right, so once that's turned on, once I have my voices set to someone that sounds decent, and you can always, you can always go in and you can tap on them, and it will give you a preview of what they say. Now you can't hear it because I'm talking, but it'll give you a preview of what they say. If there's a little cloud with an arrow, that just means that it needs to be downloaded. All right, so that might take a second or two. But then let's go back to our iBook. All right, so I can always do the two-finger swipe down, and that will open up my Speak selection, and this will speak with Siri Female. Or if I want to, I can double tap on a word, and it will do this highlight. I can highlight it, and I could speak just that paragraph. So if I don't want it to read the entire page, but I do want it to kind of just read that paragraph, I can tap Speak, and it would speak just that paragraph. And it will highlight the words that it's speaking, so you can kind of follow along with it. And you can play around with the speed of it and how quickly and slowly it'll be speaking. So this is great not just for maybe students who need reading accommodations or have trouble with reading, but it's great just for all students in general, because it might be nice for them to pop in some earbuds and actually just listen to the book. It's almost like a book on tape at that point. All right, this is a pretty quick and fast and easy thing to do, and a nice little accommodation for students. Just please make sure that it's enabled in settings and that you get a decent sounding voice. Otherwise, it's going to be very robotic and it's going to get very annoying very quickly. All right, thank you very much and good luck.